Now that you're aware of what the comparison operators are, I can explain to you what you can do with the if statement in Python. And the if statement is interesting in that it's not really anything we've seen so far. It's a statement, which is something new in Python. So I'll just get into it and you'll see what I mean. So if 1 is not equal to 2, semicolon, then print hello. Else print goodbye. And it's going to print hello. Now, why did it do that? Well, considering that 1 isn't equal to 2, because 1 is equal to 1, it's going to print hello, because that statement is true. And it's going to ignore this. Now, what if we did something different? What if we did... By the way, to do what I just did, which is copying and pasting it onto the next area here, you're going to go to the end of wherever you want to copy and paste, and you're going to click enter or return. Just a quick tip. If I wanted to do if x is equal to 2, print hello, else print goodbye, that would also work. But it would give me something different. It would give me goodbye. That's because 1 is not equal to 2. So it's going to ignore this. But it's going to perform the next one. Basically what an if statement does is it tests your statement here. So our statement here is 1 equals 2. And you all know that that's wrong. So since 1 isn't equal to 2, it's going to ignore this. If this 2 was a 1, for example, it would perform this. So it's going to skip over this because this is wrong, it's false, and then it's going to go to your else. And it's going to perform whatever is after your else statement here, which is print goodbye. And that's the reason it printed goodbye. So I'll show you another example. If x is 1, then what should we do here? How about print hello x is 1. We'll print x is 1 if x is 1. Else, if x is not equal to 1, then print x is not equal to 1. And I forgot to define x, so I'll say x equals 1. Sorry about that, guys. But we're going to run it again, and it's going to say x is 1. Now, that's because I defined x as 1 here. So it said if x is 1, which it is, then it's going to print this. If it wasn't equal to 1, if it was equal to something else, then it would print this. So the first option is if it's true. Now, what if you want a number of if statements? And I'll show you what I mean here. For example, if x is 2, then print x is 2. And here's where it gets interesting. You can have multiple if statements. So you can say ELIF, which stands for elif, print, or sorry, you have to say what you mean besides the elif. So elif x equals, for example, 1, which it does, then we're going to print x is 1. So what it does here is it sees that x is equal to 1. And if x is equal to 2, which it isn't, then print x is 2. So it's going to say, hey, x isn't equal to 2, and it's going to go on to the next one. And it's going to see that this statement is true. X is equal to 1. And then it's going to print x is 1. And it's going to ignore the else statement here, because it only goes as far as it needs to. So let's see what it does. And yes, it printed x is 1, just like we thought. So you can do a number of things with the if statement, and we may come back to it later, more in depth. Thanks, guys.